Hey everybody, it's Jacob Lusk from Gabriels, and this is my Attitude Awards photo shoot. My musical icons are pretty vast. BB and CeCe Winans, Whitney Elizabeth Houston, Mariah Carey, oh my gosh, Nina Simone, Luther Vandross, Nicki Cardi, and Meg Thee Stallion. I'm not picking a side. Damn it, I'm not picking a goddamn side. I'm not doing it. Music is like this really, really big world. And as you can see, I love a buffet. So my vibe is like, I feel like there's so much to learn from so many different people. Like Whitney is like the blueprint. She's like my favorite vocalist, and like The Preacher's Office is my favorite movie. She's an actress, a singer, just all around. Like the greatest ever, right? And then you have people like Elton John, who, like Elton John's music it feels like soul music to me, but it's pop records, and these songs have all these amazing stories. Like, who would have sang a song called Rocket Man? Like, what are we talking about? You know, it's Benny and the Jets. Who the hell is Benny and where are the Jets? I mean, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But it just hits you right in the gut, you know what I mean? And his style and his just everything. It's just, yeah, I try to learn and glean from everybody is my thing. Even the new artists like Harry Styles, there's so much to learn from them, and Ariana Grande, and like, I just think there's so much to learn from everyone, and I'm just, we can't forget Beyonce, the queen. Beyonce is everything. So me and my friends have a joke. We would go, what would be, how people say, what would Jesus do? We go, what would Beyonce do? Beyonce would wear a ball gown in -10-degree weather and sing the national anthem. That's what Beyonce would do. Beyonce would rehearse for several months for a 2-hour performance at Coachella. That's what Beyonce would do. Anyway, I have a lot of icons. Gabriels is like Destiny's Child on steroids. I'm Beyonce, of course. Gabriels is 3 very different people. You got this chubby chocolate boy from Compton, this big buff tattooed white guy from Sunderland, an Armenian American guy who grew up in Glendale, and we kind of met, I want to say by happenstance, but these white boys literally stalked me, but that's a whole nother story for another day. But we didn't know each other, and so it created a space where we could tell our secrets and like really talk about the things that really matter to us without judgment, without manhood being questioned. And in that, we were able to write songs about like real stuff, life, death, the stuff we're going through, that people were dating. They also encouraged me in this way to really be myself, and like, I gained a lot of weight during COVID, and I was feeling insecure about this and insecure about that. And they were like, listen, if they don't like it, Jacob, fuck them. They are strength where I'm weak, and vice versa. And we kind of raise each other and lift each other up to be, you know, the best versions of ourselves that we can be. And not just as singers and musicians and artists, but as men. Family is a beautiful thing. For me, my dad died when I was younger, but I had my mother and grandmother. That was like my village, and my uncles. That was like my village. And they kind of instilled in me that I could really be whatever I wanted to be. They fucked up. Let's say they really fucked up, because I'm crazy enough to think I can do whatever the fuck I put my mind to. And I'll say for those who do struggle, because, you know, family stuff goes up and down. Those are like relationships too. If you're struggling with your family or wondering, or maybe you don't have a family, my friend Harry has this really great song called Matilda. And it's one of my favorite songs really of all time. Baby, let me tell you, that boy will be worshiping, okay? It's worship in that music. It's anointed, all right? Harry Styles is anointed. Anyway, the song says, you can let it go. You can throw a party full of everyone you know. You can start a family who will always show you love. You don't have to be sorry for doing it on your own. And I think if you struggle with that, like, know that you can build whatever family you want. That family may be your friends, it may be your co-workers, it may be your cat Bill, okay? Maybe your dog Sarah, all right? But you can have and create your own tribe and let that tribe kind of lift you up. Some people even had internet tribes, you know, but find your tribe. And if you don't have one, baby, be a tribe of one, honey. Might be hard to do sometimes, but I had to do it. I had to be a tribe of one and say, you know what, honey, you gonna make it. And look at me now. I used to hide a lot. I was insecure about my weight, insecure about what I looked like, insecure about this, didn't think anybody wanted to hear me, didn't think I mattered. We were on tour last summer opening for an artist, and I was like, this little young girl screaming out here ain't gonna want this big old chocolate thing. Baby, them girls was screaming, you understand? They want a little chocolate and they're like, no. But what I quickly realized was those people saw something in me that reminded me of them. And I like to say there are more things that make us alike than make us different. And there's somebody who needs to see you. And you may think, well, my story's not this and my story's not that. Actually, they literally are waiting for you to show up, to be who you are in the world. And you may not realize that there are a lot of people looking up to you, and not because I'm famous, not because I'm on TV, not because I sing and all that stuff, but like even people in my neighborhood, even people at my church, even people, you know, just everywhere I go, they're like, oh my God, I wish I could. Well, you can. Shout out to Gator Black Boy Award, show. They gave me an award, wow. Thank you, Saints. You know, I'm just really grateful. I'm really grateful. I think life can be really hard sometimes for everybody. And it feels like, well, damn, when am I gonna catch a break? And so it's just nice to be recognized and to be awarded, and people know you out here breathing, chat. But even if you don't get an award, you keep going, you hear me? We give God praise.